The US government is quietly reshaping the global economy in ways that will change our world forever. You can see this in just one sentence from Joe Biden's first address to Congress. Think about it.
Think about it. There is simply no reason why the blades for wind turbines can't be built in Pittsburgh instead of Beijing. No reason. No reason. None.
This seems just like a boring political statement, but I promise this statement is a bigger deal than it seems, because it marks a new era in our global system, a system that all of us participate in, whether we know it or not. Or maybe it's a rerun of an economic system that the globe turned to right before the Second World War.
There's no reason why American workers can't lead the world in the production of electric vehicles and batteries. I mean, there is no reason. We have this capacity.
Will 2024 be the year when Chinese and other Asian electric vehicles conquer Europe and the US? China's biggest EV maker just overtook Tesla in terms of worldwide sales, and Vietnam's VinFast is opening its first dealerships in the US. So to discuss how we've got here and what it all means, I'm joined by Peter Fintel from technology consultancy Capgemini Engineering. Thanks a lot for being with us, Peter. The Western electric car market appears to be changing, doesn't it? Absolutely. First of all, thanks for having me, Rob. Yes, the Western European car markets, they are indeed changing. Yeah. So over the past years, those markets, they were a growth market starting from small numbers. Yeah, they were fueled by subsidies and attracting to higher end buyers. And now, as electric vehicles are about to hit the mainstream, the main market, yeah, we also see that subsidies get cut down, right? And in the next year, we need to see how consumers, with all the headwinds they are facing for their sentiment. Yeah, let's speak about crisis around saving options and so on. How they will further adopt electric vehicles. Yeah. And what we're, of course, going to see over the next year is where those electric vehicles are coming from. So 2023 saw electric vehicle sales surge to new heights, of course. EVs made up 18% of all car sales worldwide. Let's just have a look at what were the best sellers around the globe, though. Tesla's Model Y is actually the market leader. Over 700,000 were sold between January and August of last year. That's more than double the sales of the number 2 selling vehicle, also from Tesla, the Model 3. But third and fourth for global sales are both models made by Chinese manufacturer BYD. And Chinese models also made up much of the rest of the top 10, I can tell you. The highest ranked European car is Volkswagen's ID.4, which actually only came in at number 8. So all of that data suggests that Tesla is globally dominant when it comes to electric car sales. However, something very interesting happened in the final months of last year. In the fourth quarter of 2023, Chinese automaker BYD delivered 526,409 fully electric vehicles thanks to aggressive end-of-year discounting strategies, whereas Tesla reported just 484,507 cars sold in the same time period. So it's a similar amount, but Tesla behind BYD. So the EV market at the start of 2024 is actually looking rather different to it did at the start of 2023. So let's bring back in Peter Fintel from Capgemini Engineering. How has BYD managed to creep up and overtake Tesla on fully electric vehicles? I think what we see now, this is they are harvesting the fruits of a longer term strategy. So the nice figures on the last in the last quarter. They are definitely the result of a good product portfolio and competitive products at nice prices. This is not something that happens overnight, right? So they have invested a lot in their product portfolio in various segments, right, from higher end to entry level, yeah, and now they are rolling it out to clients, and clearly they are benefiting also from a strong domestic demand. They're also benefiting from over a decade of subsidies for Chinese electric car makers from the government in Beijing. So have they got an unfair advantage in that respect, that they can sell their cars for less as a result of these subsidies? Well, this is a hot debated topic here. I think what is generally safe to say is that the Chinese government has provided a very favorable industrial environment for electric vehicle makers here, and brands of all kinds, and from all come from what countries, they are benefiting from this positive environment. So, and there is a reason why also Western manufacturers produce some of their electric vehicles in China in order to benefit from the strong supply chain, the competitive manufacturing costs, right, and the strong domestic market. But clearly, the problem comes when those Chinese cars enter the American or the European market, where cars are more expensive, locally made cars are more expensive, and obviously governments in Europe have made quite clear that they're concerned about that. You've got France offering subsidies to e-vehicles purchases that don't cover Chinese vehicles, and also Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European Commission, has been very clear that she thinks Chinese cars are getting an unfair advantage. Meanwhile, in the US, we've heard similar things from President Biden. So could this also be the year when there's a backlash against Chinese e-vehicles entering European and US markets? And actually, we see, I suppose, a suppression of that. I think we need to see what is the outcome of those investigations. This is in the hand of the politicians right now, and we need to see. Yes, that's right. I should have mentioned Brussels is actually carrying out an investigation into these subsidies, isn't it? So that's the investigation referring to there. But can Brussels do anything? Yeah, can they do anything? Just not. I'm thinking of. You're fully right, Rob. So I think we need to see what will come out of that, yeah. And no matter what we do politically on a tariff level, yeah, I think it does not release the European industry from providing competitive and strong, desirable products, yeah. So because that no matter what you do at the border, yeah, it doesn't release you from your duty to provide excellent products, yeah. And looking forward, yeah, is I think that Europe is still and will be a very attractive market for automotive companies, and an important one. And I think what we will see in the next years is that foreign companies, yeah, for example from China, they will start building factories in Europe, right? And also make Europe as a production base, not hopefully only for assembly, but also for components like battery cells and so on. And I think this will change the game and also level the playing field. Yeah, that's great. It's interesting, isn't it? Some positives. Yeah, because BYD, I'm just looking through my notes, has said that once we're producing 800,000 vehicles a year in Europe by 2030. But if it's meeting such resistance from even selling its cars in Europe, is it really realistic that it could be producing them here as well, based on the current price regime? Exactly, and I think this is the question is always what are the boundary conditions in order to achieve those sales figures. Yeah, basically, I do believe that the market is ready to accept new and let's say new brands in the mix, and also that consumers will have an interesting look at those new offerings. So the question is what is the proper price point? Yeah, so that brand, technology, perception